Well. New spot. Temporarily. Temporarily. I was trying to think of a cool reason why I'm sitting here. Actually, no. I'm gonna fib for a second. I'm actually sitting in this spot because one, I'm enjoying the light. Two, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do a video with my cell phone for once, and the cell phone part's true. The other part, though, my back is killing me. Old man fat problems, and I just don't feel like going downstairs. I don't feel like going downstairs. But on the second part though, I thought about that. I said I just got this new iPhone 16 Pro, and I haven't done like a video on it yet. I've taken pictures so far, but I haven't done like a proper video. And a lot of times people have asked, what's a good camera to start with, like what's the best microphone to get, all this kind of stuff. I say that as I was angry at all my audio from Ghostbusters weekend, but watch that video if you can. And even recording downstairs, I don't like that audio. All right, sorry. Um, People always ask, like, what's the best gear to get? What should I start with? Blah, blah, blah. And it's always your phone. Your phone's always answer number one. Like, people say it, you see it on YouTube. The best camera is a camera in your pocket. Like it's actually true. I keep checking to make sure I don't look too crazy. I look kind of crazy, but I don't. Anyway, happy belated Father's Day to all of you, if applicable. I'm a big fan of, Father's Day and Mother's Day still being a celebration of both parties, to be honest, because it's a struggle for a lot, and there are so many out there that do the job solo. So I know a lot of people tend to make fun of the dads because the dads get no love on Father's Day, but shout out to the dads out there, the ones that at least try. But I've learned as I've grown up that there are dads pulling more mom weight than moms pulling dad weight. Or uh, I don't think the weight's the proper. I think what I'm trying to say is I think because of like media, we always assume that if there's a deadbeat parent, it's the dad. But as I've gotten older, I've learned there are also deadbeat moms out there. So um, shout out to both parents. Shout out to the moms and dads. But if you're a dad, shout out to you as well, from one man to another, or whatever. I don't know. I don't even know what to say anymore at times. But uh, I've been getting a lot of messages about these videos, and I'm happy that you're enjoying them. But there's something I didn't really consider in doing these videos, and that was the like almost therapy feel to these. Like I talked to you, and last week when I was talking to you, I mentioned this almost being like journal entries. But I think in me making these videos talking about like my life, I think you're finding that there are things that apply to your life as well, whether we know each other or don't, which is kind of crazy that we're all different and yet we're all the same. And one of the things that was mentioned, you know who you are, was, there's a lot of, when it comes to, being a guy on YouTube, right? And guys trying to bond with other guys on YouTube or finding a space. Um, it seemed like we only have like two lanes. Like we only have the alpha bro lane, right? The Joe Rogan lane. Like if you're a guy looking for other like, I don't know how else to like word this. Like if you're a guy looking for other guy content, you kind of like you go down like the Joe Rogan fitness and you know alpha, like I said, alpha male route, or you kind of go down the red pill route, which is the worst. Yeah, if you know red pill, you know red pill, but it's like it seems like there's only those two lanes at times when you're looking with a broad stroke at YouTube, and it doesn't feel like that way for women. Like I the other day I was watching. You guys know I like watching housewife stuff. It's, I've talked about it before. It's entertaining. I don't know what else to tell you. It's entertaining. Anyway, there was a spin-off show called Summer House. And one of the girls that was on that show, her and this other girl who used to be on the show, created a podcast, and now the podcast was like blown up. And they started they're doing like an actual tour of the podcast, which would be, I would love to do that someday. They're doing a tour of the podcast, but then they also have a show. They have like their pod. Sorry, I haven't finished my coffee yet. They have a podcast. The podcast has led to a tour of the podcast, but they created a YouTube channel that has like them doing fun things while on tour for the podcast, right? So you're almost like triple dipping the content, which is genius. But I was watching it and I was like, oh, like I'm not the target demographic for this. Like, they're like, the one video I watched, they went to like an alligator farm, and uh the one girl like has like a leather bag, and the other one's like, you think it's offensive to take that alligator bag to an alligator farm? And she's like, they make fun of it. They have jokes there. And I was like, oh, like this isn't even like telling you like you should be more of a woman and blah blah. Or it's not saying like, hey guys, like uh you shouldn't do X, Y, and Z as a woman going to do blank. Like, there's no like message there. They're literally just having fun. They're kind of just chilling. And as a guy sometimes, and as we look for content to entertain ourselves, it a lot of times feels like there's some sort of message all the time about like what you should do as a guy. Not just like be a guy and have fun. And like, by having fun doesn't always have to be shooting guns, or it doesn't always have to be hunting, or it doesn't always have to be going to the gym. Like, you can have fun freaking driving a fast car, or you can have fun. Hey, let's go. I don't know, build a proton pack. I don't know. Like, you can have fun doing other things. It doesn't always have to be alpha male or red pill. And I do not consider red pilling you attempting to be alpha male, by the way. That's like its own thing. So yeah, I thought it was interesting to get that comment. And maybe some of you feel that way too. Let me know down below. Like, if this is something that you've never even thought of, maybe. But you're like, hey, that's a good point. Or am I making this whole thing up? Are there other lanes for us fellas out there that aren't alpha or red pill? Maybe they're just not that popular. I don't know. Toy hunting. Actually, yeah, there's a lane, toy hunting. So many of us have become fans of toy hunting, Pokemon card collecting. One would argue those aren't alpha. So I think we need to continue that. We need to continue pushing each other to just enjoy life and just have fun, and not everything has to be a competition of being the most alpha dude out there, kind of thing. And as I make this content, hopefully I am not pushing any kind of narrative like that of you to be some greater power, but more just you living life and enjoying life, because you only get one of them. You only get one of them. Hopefully by tomorrow my back feels better and I can go downstairs and give you a more traditional video you're used to. But hey, maybe you like this format. Maybe this is more raw than that one, and this is a more enjoyable view for you than the other one. I don't know. Only you can tell me that. So enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to try to finish this coffee and lightly edit this video. And enjoy your Monday. Or at least try to. Freaking Mondays, man.